So I had a flat on my tire when we went and got a couple of items. And so I think I stated in that video that I'm gonna abandon the whole trailer tire deal and go with truck tires. But I got to researching trailer tires, and so I decided to order some Goodyear Endurance trailer tires. Got 4 new ones. Only problem is I ordered the wrong size. I got ST 205s and I need 225s, which are load range E. These are load range D, as in David. So this is what I was supposed to get. This is one of my spares that hasn't been on the trailer yet. That's supposed to be the size and the load rating. So I bought these off of Amazon. Of course, they want like $172 to ship them back. So I put them up on Marketplace, try to sell them. See if I can not lose $172 in shipping by selling them on Marketplace. And I had already ordered them the correct size through Walmart. If you return things through Walmart, there's no charge. My understanding anyway. I've only bought a couple of sets of tires from Walmart. One I wasn't too happy with. They got the wrong size as well and put it on my vehicle and everything and tried to give me the vehicle and got kind of a mouthy young guy and all that kind of good stuff. Anyway, so I gotta get the trailer jacked up here. And then I'm gonna take them to an alignment shop actually and have them put on the rims and have them balanced, as well as having my 2 spares balanced that I had bought. Another time I had gotten a flat when I had probably my heaviest load I was bringing down. Had some big machines on there. And I had a flat, so I had to get some more spares, wheels and tires, because it wrecked the wheel. And those tires on those rims were never balanced. They just put them on and gave them to me. Figured, well, it's just a spare. We don't need to balance a spare. So I'm going to get those balanced at the alignment shop as well as having the new tires put on the 4 rims that are on the trailer and have those balanced. Alright, so I did a few things here. I changed the transmission fluid and filter because we're getting ready to go on a trip. And it's been over 20,000. I usually change the transmission fluid every 20,000, along with the differential gear loop with valve transfer case. Also, the alternator was kind of borderline with keeping charge. If we ran the heater or the air conditioner, it was just under the limit. So I replaced that. I want to get this warmed up and make sure the transmission fluid is topped off. Let's see if it'll move. Well, it's already got enough fluid in the tranny to move it. So we'll let it continue to warm up and I'll check the fluid level. Also, in the reservoir for the brake fluid and the power steering fluid, I sucked out what was in the reservoir. Didn't let it get down below the bottom of the reservoir. Didn't suck it dry, in other words. And topped off with some fresh fluid in both the brake master cylinder reservoir and the power steering. It's not a total fluid change, but it, those are the points where it's possibly exposed to the air, especially the brake fluid. It suck some moisture in around the seal on top of the reservoir. So I do that in between any, major repairs where the fluid would get let out or dumped out and totally changed to try to make those components last longer. This is what my wife and I call no mow, because even though it's a riding lawnmower or a garden tractor or lawn tractor, however you want to term it, doesn't have a mower deck. It came with a mower deck. I bought this very used. This is a newer model than the other two that we have that are mowers. This came with a mower deck, but it wasn't the right one for this tractor. He even told me that when he sold it to me, and I scrapped it right away. You can see that in a previous video. So basically this is just going to be used for pulling this red trailer around. I'll show you that. I believe it's something like 4x5. It's just going to be towing that around. I have to put a new tongue on this because of a little kink in the tongue. The front end of the trailer sits way down and the back end is way up, of course. So I think I have some 2x2 steel around here. But we were using this for just towing around this other cart. That cart out there. And now we're just going to use that behind the riders, the riding lawnmowers. Those two over there. That's something my wife can hook up and unhook by herself. The red trailer, not so much. But I'll bring no mow out and make some changes to it. Okay, and the changes we're going to make to it are just on the hitch in the back. You can see the center tractor, no mow, has a hitch ball on it. This one on the left has a hitch ball with that plate. That's so you can hook up other things like the cart that I showed you will easily hook up to that hole there. So the hitch is coming off a no mow. This hitch with the plate that I bought at Tractor Supply is going to go on no mow. And then the two outer ones, they're identical lawn tractors. They're going to be used for mowing. This one's a little bit more beat on, and that's what we use, try to use more for mowing some acreage over here. We were over there slugging away at it in the rain. So we got all that to mow. So basically we're using like a glorified bush hog. A tractor bush hog, a lawn tractor bush hog, I should say. So no mow, I did have to do some work to it when I got it. I had to do some carb work to it. I had a filthy carburetor, change some hoses. And I can't remember what else I did up there, underneath there. Put a different fuel filter on it, of course, and put a shut-off valve for the fuel. The oil was just full of gas when I got no mow, the center one there. So it was smoking really bad. So I put like a half a tank of gas in it and then let it set, and I came out the next day and it all had leaked out through the carburetor. So the float was stuck and just allowing fuel to just run right through it. So I addressed that, and now it's running pretty good. It actually seems like a longer frame. I'm a taller guy, so that's going to be more comfortable for me for moving that red trailer around. It's got a larger frame to it. I can get on and off it easier. But I'll get the hitch changed out. This hitch ball has a 1/2-13 thread on it. I bought this a couple of decades ago, and I was trying to find another one, and I haven't been able to find another one with a 1/2-inch diameter thread on it, or stud on it. This Probably has some metric size bolt. It's almost a ½ inch, whatever that is in metric. But it's a fine thread. Has a stamped out plate. So this is going on no mow. So it's this stamped out plate. It says caution, do not use on the highway, basically. It's off-road use only. It's 1 7/8". That's what a lot of small trailers are. The coupler. So this sets in there. It's got these two flats. It sets in there so it doesn't twist when you're tightening up the bolt from the bottom. Okay, and there it is. It's got the ball on there for the larger red trailer, and then that hole right behind the ball that you can just put a pin through or a bolt for whatever kind of cart or trailer that doesn't have a regular ball type coupler on it. So, and I guess those other two spots are for safety chains, but I'm not going to be using safety chains on anything I'll be hauling around. But that's it. It needs a wash job, but it's got a 22 horsepower Kohler. These other two have Kohlers. This is a 23, it says. And this one is actually a 25. So this must be a newer model of the other one over there. Two outer ones are the same model, but I believe this is a newer model here with the 25 horsepower motor on it. So I'm not really a Cub Cadet expert or aficionado, but we got a lot to mow, and so we go at it with the two mowers. And now this is going to be used in place of the LS tractor with a loader on it, as far as for pulling a cart around with items on it, bricks, wood, brush, that kind of thing. So we don't have to use the mower, because the decks kind of take a beating when you're just pulling around, especially down there where we have a lot of rocks down in that area. Whenever we're down there, we don't want to be pulling or driving the mowers with the mower decks across that. So that's what no mow's job will be. It's got the clearance because it doesn't have a mower deck under it. only about 1.25 inches oil in there. There's no line on here that says how full you gotta fill it. I'm going to fill most of the way up to these indentations in the side of the tank. Hydraulic oil. There's no drain on it. Just you have to dump it out. And I just put it up there. I'm not taking it back off, so I'm filling it. Try some of this. Well, it wasn't pretty, but it's up there. It's from the leak. Okay, well, I got some leakage going on here, so I gotta clean it up and figure out what needs packed or what needs replaced. It's squirting right out of a hole in the side of the cylinder here. Right up here there's a hole. Right up here there's a hole that's squirting out of going that way. I was just wondering if I cycle it up and down a couple times, if it would improve. It actually did when I went down and went back up again. It went much farther before it started spraying out again. So maybe some oil after sitting just got on the other side of some worn wipers packing inside the cylinder there. So, and the spring is not working that holds the lock, that keeps the lock pulled in towards the little steps that it's supposed to catch on. I couldn't even push it in there, so I imagine there's something in there preventing it. Maybe the broken spring is in there preventing it. Well, I gotta get some degreaser on it and get some more light over here and check it out some more. So, ZEP 505. It seems we have a stowaway. See that bottle caught up in there? I hope that's not somebody's fix.